My next guest says there's no doubt the U.S. is already in a recession, and he's got a name insulated from both tariffs and a weaker dollar. Joining us is Vahan Janjigian, Greenwich Wealth Management's Chief Investment Officer. Vahan, it's great to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Kelly. Thanks for having me back.
Before the big reveal, what are your thoughts about how this is all playing out? Do you worry about the, EMification of the U.S., or do you think that whole concern is overblown?
Well, I think we've done substantial damage to the reputation of the United States, and it's going to take a long time to recover that. As of yesterday, the S&P 500 was down about 15% since President Trump's inauguration. I'm very skeptical that we're going to get back to that level this year. This is a lot of damage that was unnecessary. First of all, I don't believe that there's anything wrong with a trade deficit. I don't think that that's a problem. It does not mean that anybody is ripping us off. I'm all on board with trying to fix the budget deficit, but this trade deficit and the tariffs are all a self-inflicted wound. And I think it's going to take a long time to recover. All you have to do right now is look at what's going on with tourism. A lot of foreigners are canceling vacations to the United States. That's one of our biggest exports. Also look at Tesla sales in Europe. I mean, they were down, I think, 49% in the first 2 months of this year, because that's a brand that's most closely associated with the Trump administration. So there's a big backlash going on, and I think it's going to take a long time before foreigners come around to buying American goods again.
And you would say you're not an economist, but you kind of look at the facts and the way certain stocks are behaving. You think we could already be in recession?
Well, I am an economist, but yes.
Well, then let me speak your language here for a second. So Joe Livornia the other day said we're not in a recession based on jobless claims and chain store sales, among other things. So he was saying kind of the real-time data points still look healthy.
Well, I would have to agree with that, but I do think we are in a recession. It's just that we won't know it yet because it takes a while for the NBER to analyze all the data and actually declare the recession. Yes, jobless claims so far have been pretty strong. The unemployment rate is still near historic lows, but the economy is definitely slowing, and it's a widespread slowdown. It's not quite really deep, but I think it could be deep. So I think we do have enough data now to say that we are probably in a recession.
You've got your economist, you're running a portfolio. What else do you do? Man of many talents here.
Well, I write a book every once in a while. And,
you write a book?
Teach classes once in a while.
You teach classes? All right. So the much more boring, I mean, I don't mean to put it this way, but the stock that has your interest is Verizon. And maybe that's exactly the kind of thing people want to hear about right now. But there's plenty of value-oriented investors who are coming on and saying they're looking through the Mag 7 and finding a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, so I think if the market does bounce back very strongly, the Mag 7 will definitely participate and bounce back very strongly. It's just that I'm not very optimistic that these trade problems are going to be ironed out anytime soon. I mean, just a little while ago, you announced that, what Scott Bessent said, and it turned out there wasn't a lot of meat in his words, and the market already gave back some of the gains. As far as Verizon goes, it is not a stock that's going to go up tremendously in terms of capital appreciation, but it provides a great dividend. And even if you ignore the dividend, it's one of the few stocks that are actually up pretty strongly year to date. I think it's up about 8 or 9% right now year to date. So it's a safe stock. It provides good income for people who want that income. But if you're looking for a double or triple on your money in a short period of time, this is not the one to buy.